Welcome back to Access Anime. My name is Henshin Ikeda, and today I'll be doing a walkthrough and review of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Episode 11. Now, if you remember from last episode, yes, it's 1938, but let's do a little light catch-up. Now, we do see Speedwagon. He's aged, of course. Now, we were taken to a little scene where he's inside of a ruin where he actually funded this expedition. We find a couple stone masks, and we find out Strats is also with him. Now, supposedly, Strat was actually contacted by Speedwagon to destroy these stone masks, as well as this looks like a person that's embedded within the ruins. Possibly could be the creator of the stone masks, and of course Speedwagon wants to destroy him, but since he can't use ripple energy, of course he asks for, Strat's help. But we do find out Strats is actually the villain now, because apparently he secretly admired Dio from a distance when Dio was alive. So I didn't see this coming. We find out eventually Strats becomes a vampire, puts on the stone mask, and bam, there you go. Now it looks like he uses the blood of Speedwagon to become a vampire, and to our knowledge he is dead. We do see Speedwagon, we don't see his body, but we hear Speedwagon's body's been reported up some random river in Mexico. Just thought I'd point that out. Now again, toward the end of the episode, we actually see the new JoJo in a cafe with his partner, Smokey, which is a pickpocket, kind of like Batman meets Robin. And, they're looking through the newspaper, something random. And apparently, JoJo sees Strats. At first he plays dumb, he goes outside, but eventually finds out, yes, he's a vampire. And he pulls out a Thompson machine gun and takes him out. Now, obviously, he knows that's not going to work, but it was still worth watching. And again, that was last episode, and this is a new episode, so let's dive right in. And again, hold my final thoughts, my rating at the end of the clip, so stay tuned, but let's dive right in. Now, we open up this scene exactly where we left off. We see JoJo with this Thompson machine gun putting holes through Strats, and it looks amazing. I just love how this scene was actually made. Now, the bullets, however, we find out that killed Strats, or at least hit him, were all twisted. And that just doesn't make sense. I mean, we understand he's a vampire and he can't die like that right away, but the bullets were twisted? That's a different twist in my opinion. Didn't see that coming. Now, we also find out Strats is reviving. I was like, Dio never did this. I mean, he slowly was reviving, but he was only cut in half, kind of. He wasn't really this brutally killed, like how Strats has been killed. He's got all these bullet holes, so this is something different. So we do see Strats being revived. But it's weird, JoJo did see this coming, so no surprise there. He has a game plan. He is nothing like his grandfather. This new JoJo is definitely new. He's on his toes. He thinks before he acts, literally. But he comes off very arrogant. But that's just like a first, I don't know, it's like his, it's a secret, I don't know how to put it in words, but it's like his alter ego is someone that doesn't give a fuck about the world. Yet behind this little mask is a guy that actually cares. So it kind of does make sense. But sorry, I digress. Moving on to the next scene. Now, we do see Strats, and he's saying he's using the same technique Dio used on the original JoJo. Now, he actually gives it a name. It's called the Space Ripper Stingy Eyes. So we see lasers coming out of his eyes to take out JoJo. And it's a direct hit. I'm like, what? So we see JoJo, this new JoJo, being hit in the head and on the neck, it appears. Or I think it was on his arm. I forget where he actually hit him. But that's it. JoJo's done. He's been defeated. Or was he? He pulled the same trick he did from last episode where he used the mirrors or something to reflect a false image. So JoJo is still alive, ironically. And Strats is just, what? He's like, no, this can't be happening, because he just started his evil monologue. Yeah, that's right. He has an evil monologue. And he goes off, saying like he's nothing like Dio. He's got everything planned out. No. Obviously, he hasn't got all of his bases covered, because JoJo, he does that little thing what he did like in last episode. He says what the guy's gonna say just to piss him off, and he's there. He's like, he's not defeated. And it was amazing. And again, he did use mirrors to reflect the actual Space Ripper stingy eyes that Strats was using on him. So I was like, that was amazing. Now, sadly, we do see JoJo attempt to attack Strats, and it looked like it was an amazing attack with his ripple energy. Now, we do find out, we're taken to a different scene with Strats. He's got this scarf, he points out. Apparently it was woven from the hip muscles of 30,000 beetles. Apparently the Southeast Asian Sabhippogrog. I think that's how you pronounce it. I probably butchered it. But anyways, he's got this scarf that can absorb ripple energy. It's like a lightning rod. It's absorbing it. It's like conductive ripples. And it's amazing. I'm like, so Strats came prepared in case this would happen. So I was like, oh, he's got his shit together, that's all I can say. Now we do find out JoJo, he's not done. In fact, he we find out there's grenades on Strats. He's got a grenade like on his belt or something. So Strats has got a grenade on him, and it's been pulled. And we see JoJo getting the hell out of Dodge. He's running out of the house, or should I say this building, this little cafe. And it looks like, okay, so Strats is going to be blown to smithereens. No, Strats finds the grenade and gets rid of it. But there's a catch. JoJo's not done. In fact, we see multiple grenades attached to that one grenade. So now Strats in general has been blown to smithereens. He's dead. He's gone. Bye-bye. No more Strats. I was like, wow, I didn't see that coming. All at once. He had that whole evil monologue, and he's defeated. It's like, this fight was definitely amazing, worth watching. But sorry, I digress. Moving on. We see Strats pull himself together. I have to point this out. Like I said at the beginning of this episode, he was defeated once, and he pulled himself together with all those bullet holes. Now, he has no body. He's got no head, no nothing. It's like something from the Terminator. You see all of his parts everywhere coming together. And you just can't explain it, because Dio, he never had this power. I mean, he was cut in half, but he never had this power. And it's amazing. So we see him pulling himself together. Strats is pulling himself together. And JoJo's just at a loss for words. He doesn't know what the heck to do. And we see Smokey turn to him. He's like, so you've got a plan, right? To deal with this? Because you've always got a contingency plan. He's like, yes, I got a plan. And he gets all serious. Run. I was like, what? JoJo just says, run. But before he says run, he points out, do you see Strats' legs? See how they're not healing? They're all shattered and they're all cut. We're going to use our legs. He's like, okay, so you got a plan. And I'm going to use my legs to run. So they're running, and they run all the way to a bridge. Now we are taken to a different scene. Now we see Strats, after he's put together, he takes a female photographer, I guess she's like a reporter, hostage. And now he jumps to the bridge. So you see Strats on the bridge. You see Smokey along with JoJo. They're on the bridge. And Strats is holding this girl hostage in a very sick, in my opinion, it's a wow scene. I mean, he puts his fingers in her mouth, holding her hostage, and is telling JoJo, if you don't save her, I'm going to kill her. I'm like, are you serious? I mean, we know this brand new JoJo does not give a flipping, whatever you want to call it, doesn't care for this girl at all, or at least that's what he's saying. He's like, yeah, go ahead, kill her. She's not my girlfriend. I have no love attachments. I'm like, smooth. I probably would have said the same thing if I was put in this position, just to throw, Strats off. But Strats sees right through this, and he pulls out this woman's molars, and she's bleeding. It's like, wow, I didn't know he was this, this strong to be able to keep pushing JoJo to his limits. But of course, JoJo tears off his shirt and attacks him right on, and we find out Strats says, you've got 5 seconds before I kill her. But that's a bluff. Obviously JoJo just jumps right in, and then we see Strats use his space. It's called a Space Ripper Stingy Eyes effect, like the lasers coming out of his eyes to take out JoJo, and it looks like JoJo's about to die. He pulls out these little cups like shot glasses, and reflexes the Strats' technique, and it hits Strats. And I didn't see this coming. No, I did not see this coming, so I was definitely stunned. Now we find out Strats has been hit directly. Literally, he's been hit directly, and now he's no longer on the bridge. He's been knocked off, and he's dying. His body's being slightly destroyed. And JoJo, it's like a WTF moment. JoJo saves Strats. He's holding him, trying to get information, and we find out something interesting from Strats, because JoJo points out, why did you put Speedwagon's body in the river? Why didn't you just destroy it or something? Why? And then we hear Strats say, because of the Pillar Man. Now we have no idea who the Pillar Man is yet, but it's just interesting. Now apparently the Pillar Man, in my opinion, is the same guy from the ruins that was embedded in it. Apparently he's been asleep for 2,000 years. So now we know who he is. So we don't know if he's awake or not, but this is the same guy that was in the ruins that was embedded. He's been asleep for 2,000 years. Definitely thought that was worth mentioning. Now we find out Strats uses ripple energy in his body to kill himself. And so now he's dead. So Strats is no longer alive. And it's like, JoJo didn't know he could still use ripple energy. Now he goes down pretty good, because he's like, if I'm going to die, at least I'm going to die young. And he does. So Strats is no longer alive. He's dead. Now again, we are taken to a different scene. Kind of more of a different catch-up on the time era we're in, because it is 1938. We find out World War II has started. We do a whole little German thing where we see the Germans, and we find out they have like a science division and everything. Now, we do find out the Germans have been they've been paying attention to Stratz's activity in Mexico, so they're very much aware of Stratz's activity. So it's caught their eye because they have all these cults and stuff that's up and running. Now we're moving on to a different scene, and we're introduced to a new character. He's a German officer, or at least he is an officer in my opinion. That's his rank. His name is Major Stronghelm, or Strohelm. I hope I pronounced that right. And he is, all I can say is we see him getting a shave by one of his girls, I guess. And I believe he's in Mexico, and he gets cut on the face. Instead of telling her to give me a bandage or, clean it, he says, lick it. So she licks his cut, and then he holds a blade to her tongue afterwards. Wow, this guy's definitely got a huge persona issue here. I mean, wow. Now, we do find out Speedwagon is alive, and he's being held captive by these Germans. I didn't see this coming. I thought Speedwagon was dead. And we are taken to a different scene, and we find out, we're going back to New York now, back with JoJo. Sorry to switch gears here, but we see JoJo save the girl. I just thought I'd mention this. He saves the girl, and the girl's like, well, you called me a hag and whatnot. This is the girl that's the journalist, or the reporter, the one that was taking pictures that was held captive by Stratz, is kicking the heck out of JoJo. It's like, I can't believe you called me a hag and whatnot. But end result, after we get this little funny scene out of the way, is we find out Smokey and JoJo, or at least JoJo in general, he's heading to Mexico now that he knows apparently what Stratz said about this Pillar Man. It caught his eye, so he's heading off to Mexico. But again, let's change tracks. We'll go back to Speedwagon. Yeah, that's right. Different scene with Speedwagon, and he's being held captive by the Germans, and they've revived him. But we find out these Germans, yeah, they have this Pillar Man. They're experimenting on the guy from the ruins, and they're trying to get all this information out of Speedwagon in general, find out what he knows. I mean, he is that old, So they're trying to hustle him for information about, the Pillar Man, as well as everything he knows about Ripple Energy, everything. They're drugging him. Now we are taken to a different scene. We find out JoJo, he's in Mexico now, and he's being followed by someone. At first I thought it might be Stratz, but I'm not so sure now, because I'm pretty sure Stratz is dead. So we find out JoJo is being followed by someone. Just thought I'd put that out there. Now again, the ending scene is we see the Germans doing experiments on, I guess, the Pillar Man, or at least that's what they say, that guy from the ruins. And again, they're trying to get information from, well, Speedwagon in general. And again, that's where the scene ends. Moving on to final thoughts. Well, first of all, I want to know more about the Pillar Man and what he's capable of doing if and when they revive him. Also, are the Germans going to be converted into zombies? Probably. Just putting that out there. Might happen. And one more final thought. I didn't want to get too into it, but who is the guy that's following JoJo in Mexico? We don't know. I don't know who he is, but he looks like Stratz, kind of. But I just thought I'd put that out there, even though Stratz has been defeated. Just thought I'd put that out there. And that is it for my final thoughts. As per my rating, 4.5 out of 5. I felt this episode. Humor, not so much, but the fighting, wow. It definitely had you thinking. Just when you thought it was about to end, it got better, and then it got better. So, final rating, 4.5 out of 5. And again, that ends it for my review and walkthrough of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure episode 11. But definitely comment down below, let me know, subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down, check me out on Twitter, and follow me if you like. But definitely let me know what you thought of this episode, and let me know what you think's going to happen in the next episode coming out. But again, that ends it for now, guys, and I gotta hit the bricks. But definitely tune in either later on today or tomorrow morning for my review and walkthrough of Sword Art Online. So guys, I gotta go. It's been fun. It's been great. I gotta go. Before I go, I gotta say it. You can't stop the access, but you can watch the feed. I'll see you later, guys.